Bitcoin chart looks a lot different from the last video. Every time I live stream, I get rid of everything. But so we updated it. I'm gonna run through this pretty quickly. So you guys remember I keep calling this a tapeworm. I highlighted it on the live stream, and I actually believe we were down here last time, and the tapeworm was a little different than this. It was something like this, I believe. I don't remember exactly where we were, but I know we were down, or I know we were down here somewhere, but I didn't know how the tapeworm looked. But ultimately, we pushed back up to the top of the channel. So I said it in the last video. I'm going to say it again. Until we actually break out of this tapeworm, we're going to assume bullish continuation. The question is going to be, what happens if we break out of this? And I would say that's when we would drop back down to 40,000. So like all of this lower stuff down here, 35,000, all of that, in my opinion, is invalidated. And ultimately, if we never break out of this tapeworm, then obviously we'll never hit 40,000. And in my opinion, once we break over 44.8 at any time, we've been getting stuck here for the past 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts. We're coming up on number 5 probably next week. So breaking over 45.8, or excuse me, 44.8 would send us up probably to like 48,000. And then from there, obviously, altcoins are probably going to rip to shreds to the upside. But the reason I'm trying to make the argument for a drop is because every time we've seen something like this, it's right here. Where is it? Here it is again. We get this choppy tapeworm type of move, breaks to the downside and then pushes higher. That's what I'm looking for. And a continuation back to the upside. But if we never come out of this tapeworm, obviously we're just going to keep going higher. So until we break out of it, it's still bullish. We're reaching the top of it right now. So even a pullback to 42.3 or 43.2 is on the table for a move back up to 44.8. But again, at any point in time, once we break over 44.8, in my opinion, we're moving up to be bullish. On the macro time frame, I'm extremely bullish, especially looking at all of the altcoins popping off one by one. The miners, which always get sold off, are turning bullish as well. So I'm thinking we move up in April. The S&P 500 as well is not having a pullback. So the S&P 500 over 458, I do not see any type of bearish argument whatsoever, because the real 618 is actually down here, which I should be looking at ES, but I don't. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it on here because I don't have ES on my watch list. So 456, any higher than 456, and I just don't see a bearish argument, because even when I was trying to make the case for the bearish drop, which I never, I was always saying I still think we're bullish, but we do have to respect the bearish market structure. That back here we tagged 283 times, then fell off the table. That was the argument for the bearish case for 3K or 30K or whatever it was going to be, because that was when Bitcoin dropped to 3,000. Now, if we get over 456, I don't see a bearish argument, because you would be making a higher high after making a lower low. That's extremely bullish, in my opinion. We would see something like this, and then on this run, Bitcoin would rally up to 80,000 or wherever it's going to go, and that would invalidate any type of bearish drop. So until SPY gets over 456, we can't really start screaming moon. Same thing with Bitcoin over 44.8. Can't start screaming moon until then. However, you guys are seeing, as we just looked on the live stream, there's shit coins popping off one by one, having 50 to 100% rallies in this time frame. And the reason I brought this up was we also looked at it on the live stream. You can see a similar type of move here where we did the chop, drop, and then we rallied higher. So I would say something like that would also be on the table. And if you look at this, you had the same type of tapeworm to the downside, and it actually broke to the upside before moving lower. So I would say tapeworm to the upside, breaks down, then moves higher. You saw it here, downside, breaks higher, then goes lower. It's pretty much everywhere. Here it is to a lesser degree. Tapeworm going down, then we move up. Where was it? I think there was another one. Oh, there was actually one that was really bullish. I don't remember where. I think it might have been this one. So again, it's not exactly what do you call it? Like a definite thing. Like, oh, just because we're doing a tapeworm, that means we have to drop. Because as long as we're in it and it's moving higher, it's moving higher. So at any point in time, when we move over 44.8, I think that's all she wrote. We're moving higher up to 40. There's probably another level in here, like 47 or something. But on the biggest one, which is actually not the biggest one is here. Yeah, 46.7. So 46.7 would be the next one, and then 51,000. But this 44.8 is really what I'm watching. So all in all, we're still grinding higher. I still believe there's going to be a drop, but I've been saying it for the past I don't know how many days, and it's just not happening. It keeps coming down, up, down, up, down, up. So a pull back to 42.5, if that holds, we might even break through and push all the way up to 47,000 right after that. So today's March 24th. The March 24th thesis has been 100% invalidated. There is no drop today. And other than that, I mean, as long as it stays over 42.6, it's still extremely bullish. Same thing with 43 and change. It's still bullish. And if it never comes back down there and ultimately breaks out of this and breaks over 48 or 44.8, then obviously, it's not coming back. So that's pretty much it. Kind of a lengthy video, not saying much, but I just wanted to highlight. Oh, no, yeah, I covered a little bit. Just wanted to point out the SPY and the fact that SPY is still pushing higher. I do feel like it's overextended personally. So if it is going to just keep pushing up, then Bitcoin's just going to follow. But ultimately, the 38 and 35,000, definitely 35,000 is invalid, but I would say 38 is potentially invalid as well. The new 618 from the low to the high is 40,000 right now. So even a move back down to 40,000 would be on the table for something like this. But I would say if it's not happening by Sunday, it's probably not happening. So just like with the Fed meeting when we were saying, oh, if it's not doing this, then it's not happening. It's the same thing. If we're not going down by the end of the month, then I don't think we go down. We might just blast out of here because historically, Aprils have been extremely bullish, even in bear markets. Obviously we had the crazy mania last spring, last April here. March 27th, we blasted up, new all-time high. Altcoins went bonkers shit. April 2020, we blasted up. Altcoins went ape shit. Even 2019, April 1st, we blasted out of here. April 2018, April blasted out of here. And April 2017 was fucking bullish. So past 4 years, Aprils have been bullish. I don't know if that's because people are getting tax returns, which I didn't come up with that thesis. I asked on the live stream, why is April bullish? And someone said tax returns. So whatever it's going to be, April just seems to be bullish. So I would give it until the end of the month for something to move down like this. If it never happens and we stay in this channel, then so be it. I still think there's going to be another drop, which isn't really me saying I think. That's just what it's been doing. It's been going to the bottom, going to the top. So a move down wouldn't be surprising. But even if we get this move down and it still holds, then it might even stay over 42.5 or even 43, and it's still bullish. And again, I really think September or April is going to be bullish. MACD is about to flip bullish. Like, we're getting so close. I don't really know what else to say. So we got to let the chips fall where they may. If you're bearish, you're bearish. I'm sure you have your reasons, just like how we have our reasons for why we're still bullish. And you always got to do what's best for you. So none of this is financial advice. It's just my opinion. And best of luck.